Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming into another video. All right, so LA Lakers, man, fresh off the win. Sacramento Kings got both of those games in Sac. Almost choked the damn game away. I just left a reaction to that video, that game. It should be up any minute now, but you know, the truth of the matter is that game just left a bad taste in my mouth, everybody, because of how we ended the game. We cannot have a 10-point lead with a minute and 50-something seconds to go and blow it like we did. We were lucky to have won the game, but we did some stupid stuff down the stretch with D'Lo and LeBron. I guess LeBron shoveled past to D'Lo, and D'Lo, you know, messed up in regards to not being able to catch it. And some of the shots we took down the stretch, Bron taking a three-point shot, we were up by like 5, and he just launched a bad 3. Like, that's a bad shot, man. I cannot stress it enough. If it falls, it's good, but it's a high chance it doesn't. And in the event that you miss it, now you got the other team going the other way in transition, and that contributes to you choking the game ultimately almost away. You know, these are the type of things we just can't afford, man. We need our GOAT to know what a bad shot looks like. That's my thinking. We gotta know what a bad shot looks like, bro. Some shots are just losing shots. I just gotta be honest with people. Some shots are losing shots. And if you've been getting no success all night long from behind the arc, and you're getting all the success that you need scoring in the paint, when it's time to close a game, shooting the 3 is not what you need to be doing. It's not an opportunity shot. It's a throwaway. You shooting 20-something% from behind the arc, you're gonna throw the game away. And that's my concern. I just look at how that game played out, and I'm like, man, we just did all the wrong things down the stretch, man. You the Los Angeles Lakers, you gotta be better than that, man. LeBron James, you gotta know what a losing shot looks like. After all these games he played, more minutes than anybody else, more games than anybody else, and he still, for the life of me, he still does this type of stuff. And it always gonna lead to failure. You having a cold night and you choose at crunch time to shoot a bad 3-point shot. That's just type of stuff. It's like it kept me from giving him the game ball. He had 32 points, but I looked down the stretch of the basketball game and it was one of his few mistakes that gave up the lead that we had. Like, I can't reward that, bro. I can't reward that. When you start talking about, you know, D'Lo Russell, he had a good shooting night, but he was the other guy on the wrong end of that. Why am I mad at those two players? Because y'all both facilitators. And neither one of y'all was getting the ball to Anthony Davis. And you look up and see he only had like 10 attempts on the night. Like, nah, man. Nah. That's why I'm angry at those two individuals. Because that's their responsibility to get the ball to AD. And they farting around with each other. And so, I was not pleased with the players who gave us the most offensive production tonight. Because when it was time to close, they wet the bed, man. That's what it came down to. They wet the damn bed. And if it wasn't for a mistake by the Sacramento Kings and a fantastic tip out by Rui Hachimura, I'm pretty damn sure we lose the game. Sacramento's bad foul on Anthony Davis falling away in the corner saved the game. If they wouldn't have fouled him, we likely lose the shot clock situation, because it was only that shot that we had within the time on the shot clock. 2 seconds on the shot clock, 12 seconds on the game clock. We're up by 2. You see what I'm saying? All they got to do is nothing. He bricks the shot, they rebound the ball, they call a timeout, they get a good shot. It's a 1-possession game. They can shoot a 3 to win it or a 2 to tie. You know, that's the type of stuff we left ourselves up for, and then we missed the free throws after that? And you want a Laker fan to be happy? Not a chance. That's what it really comes down to. I'm not going to be pleased with that. And if it wasn't for Austin Reeves hitting those free throws, and if it wasn't for Rui Hachimura with that fantastic offensive rebound tip out, we lost. I'm certain we lose. You give the ball to De'Aaron Fox, as hot as he was, he's going to hit the game-winning shot. He's one of the best fourth quarter players in the game. He's going to hit the shot. You ain't got to wonder. It's going to happen. So that's my thing, man. I didn't like how the Lakers played the last 2 minutes of that basketball game. We had a pretty solid game. I say from the 4-minute mark to the 2-minute mark, we really went on a nice stretch. But we couldn't stand the success, man. We couldn't stand it. And so that's really my reaction to this game. It ain't much different than a loss in my mind. Yeah, you got the win, but you choked. You choked bad. You choked bad, and it took some improbable stuff and some mistakes on the other team's part for you to even walk out of there with a victory when you up by 10 with a minute and some change to go. That is unbelievably bad, man. And I don't know how everybody else feels about this game. I have not watched any highlights or any commentary. This is just my own natural reaction. That was some trash, man. It was some trash. We had some good defensive play. Got to give Max Christie credit. Cam Reddish, both played well. Perimeter defense was good. Rebound the ball, solid. Not as good as we did in the last one, but solid. We won the rebound in total. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, can we win a basketball game if we do the things we did tonight on a regular basis? And Anthony Davis only attempts 10 shots and only has 10 points. When you choke a 10-point lead off in the last minute and 40 seconds of the game, can you win that game most nights? The answer is, of course not. No, you can't win that game. You can't win that game. It was because the other team made mistakes that gave us the victory. You shooting under 25% from behind the arc or whatever it was, you're not going to win very much. And so that's my thing, man. I'm not chasing perfection at all. I'm not chasing perfection. But if the team is going to play that poorly, it's going to be called out whether they win or lose. I'm going to call it out because there's many games left to play. And if we carry any of those tendencies into those games, we're not going to win very much. And with a team that's struggling as bad as we are throughout the course of this last month, it looked like we had turned the corner over the last couple games, but then you have a stinker like we had in the last 2 minutes of this game. And what really makes it important to me is how fragile we've proven ourselves to be this year when it comes to just one mistake having us unravel completely. When you think about the Orlando game and we missed them 2 free throws. That's why this is so important. If we were a much more mentally tough team, then this doesn't hold as much weight. But a game like this could teeter their confidence completely. They lose the next 5 games because of something like this. Thank you, Sacramento, for fouling AD as he was falling out of bounds with 2 seconds to go on the shot clock, 12 seconds to go on the game clock. If you didn't do that and you found a way to win this game, I can argue that I wouldn't expect the Lakers to win the next 4 games. This would have been them unraveling just like against the Orlando Magic, and ain't nothing good happen after that for at least another week and a half, man. They're too fragile. That's the bigger picture. A night like tonight, we won the game, but they're a fragile bunch, man. You have a 10-point lead. All you got to do is put your foot on the gas, start doing your clock management stuff, get the ball to AD for something easy, and they passing the ball back and forth on the perimeter. I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all know how I'm wired, bro. Win or lose, if I see some bull crap, I'm going to be irritated by it. Y'all know how I am. Because I'm a bigger picture guy when it comes to our production, our tendencies, and what we're tumbling forward. I'm a much bigger picture person than that. And this was not the Lakers that I feel confident in. That's what I'm here to say. The defense was cool. Our role players played pretty well. And production was good through 3 quarters. Bron, 32 points. D'Lo, 20 points. We really needed their production. But if you're going to do all that good and then be the reason we almost lose the game, don't expect to get the game ball from me. I gave it to Rui for that reason. Don't expect to get the game ball from me if that's how you're going to get down. You know what I'm saying? And look, AD needs to, he needs to demand the ball. We up by 10, and you see these 2 bumbling guys messing up the top of the damn key. You need to be cussing somebody out, man. Or at least calling them out. This can't happen, bro. I'm the number 1 on the team. How you got double the shots I attempted, LeBron? 10 shot attempts for AD, 24 for Bron? Like, what are we doing? You think Bron would go for that when he was in his prime? With somebody else having double the attempts he had? Hell no. And you only win by 4? Hell no. This is why AD is always going to be a number 2, whether he's supposed to be or not, because his mentality allows for other people to take precedence over him. Just dominate the show while he's on the floor. It can't happen. Shaq's throwing people around the room if that type of crap happens and we only win by 4. He fighting people damn near. You're going to feed me or you're going to feel me. I'm throwing an elbow at your eye socket in practice if you don't get me the ball in these situations. I'm not saying you got to take it to that extreme, but you got to have some urgency about getting the damn ball, man. This is what everybody say about AD. You know, never want to get the ball. And that just is not good enough, man. I'm telling you. We barely won tonight. We should have won this game by 20 points. Sacramento Kings shot poorly from the field and the 3. We shot, 60-something% from the free throw line. I mean, nah, man. Nah. I'm sorry, Laker fans. I'm not wired to just be like, yay, we won. No, this was some bull crap. Absolute bull crap. And so that's really what I got to say, man. It was hard giving the game ball to anybody, I think, because even Rui had his moments where I wasn't thrilled with, but he had a good fourth quarter. He had the game-winning save. And I think that matters a lot. It really does in our situation. Him having 11 boards, we task him with crashing the glass more. And so he did that tonight. It was really helpful for our team. And so I had to reward him. But I need more out of him than 9 damn points. I tell you that. That's been an issue for me for Rui for the last couple of weeks. I can't tell you how many times he's getting under 10 points. Just about every damn night he's getting under 10 points. But shooting 50% from the field. This is another game like that. It's like, bro, I don't know if it's I should look at the coach or if I should look at him. Or maybe it's both. But at some point we got to start being honest. If a guy is shooting that well, how is he not getting his touches? If he's going to shoot 50% from behind the arc, should he not shoot more than 4 times? And you got people who are shooting poorly, getting all these looks. If the object of the game is to hit shots, then you look at the people who are hitting shots and you get them more attempts. That makes sense to me, man. And for the life of me, I can't understand why we stick to the script as it pertains to our touches with role players. But then when it comes to our 2 stars, Bron can have double the attempts than Anthony Davis. Are we sticking to our principles of who gets fed what or not? Because it doesn't make any damn sense when you look at it from that perspective. It don't make no sense. If I'm going to be a stickler about Rui only getting 4 shots each game so that other people can make sure they get fed, then how the hell is Anthony Davis getting twice as less shots as LeBron James? It's like, what's going on? Are we even paying attention to these things? So, I don't know, man. This game felt like a loss to me. This felt like the Orlando game to me. This felt like the Utah game. We won the game, but they had to hit the layup, and the coach called the timeout on his own team to tank. This was another one of those. And while we appreciate wins like this being credited to us, the excellence isn't there. So if we carry any of these traits into good games against good teams, you lose. And then you look at us as it pertains to us beating good teams, and we can't. With the exception of the Memphis game, I don't even know if I want to call Sacramento a good team. To be honest with you, with the way their record is showing, they're really not. However that plays out, however it looks, it's not translating to them getting any damn wins, really, especially at home, where we just snatched these 2 from them and bumbled all the way out the door and still won. I don't know if I can even call them a good team at this point. It's like you want to call them a good team because on paper their roster looks great with a bunch of names. Truth of the matter is, they ain't really doing much this year. So do I get to credit myself with beating a good team when I kick their tail like this 2 games in a row? Or do I have to lump them into below 500 bad team category? Because that's actually what they are. So with the argument that we've just beaten a really good team in Sacramento and Memphis, I don't know that it's just Memphis. That is not just Memphis, you know what I'm saying? that we just beat as far as it being good teams. We beat Memphis. Sacramento, they good on paper. They good on paper, man. That's just the truth about Sac. They good on paper. So, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't think you could have beat a legitimate good team tonight. You play OKC like this, you're getting beat. You play Dallas like this, you're getting beat. You play Denver this way, you're getting beat. Boston, Cleveland, all the good teams, you're getting beat. You play like we played tonight, you're getting beat. I just want people to understand that. So that's really what it comes down to. We're on a 3-game winning streak. But if you ask me, this was like a moral loss. That's what this game was to me, a moral loss for the Los Angeles Lakers. So that's pretty much all I'm going to give it, man. I just wanted to react further to that game because, of course, I had to rush out the house, so I didn't get really a chance to talk too much. And really, to be honest with you, while being able to read off stats is a luxury that I'm enjoying, what it also kind of takes away from is my natural reaction to what it is I saw because I'm too busy reading numbers. That's what I noticed about my content since being able to do that. So on one hand, I love being more accurate, and it does give me more of a fuller picture of what happened than my mind's eye would tell me if I'm trying to memorize it. But some of the natural commentary that comes out of me goes away when I'm sitting there looking at numbers. And so this kind of gave me an opportunity to react a little more naturally to what I just saw, man, and kind of what you would expect to get from me, which was my raw reaction. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really feeling what I saw in that game, man. I wasn't feeling that at all. I saw some good things defensively. I really like what I saw in the first quarter defensively, especially, and even offensively for that matter. We really got out, and LeBron was aggressive in that first quarter, physical in that first half. But in the second half, you know, I think the aggression was kept up, but the efficiency weaned off. And so I want to give some credit to Austin Reeves while I'm thinking about it, because his aggression has helped, even though he's been a little inefficient tonight. Overall, since returning from injury, he's really inserted a certain consistent energy into our team that's been missing without him. And I don't think that we can win without that aggression that he provides. You know, and not only that, but I think that he is a foul hunter. When he gets those calls, it allows for our team to get the rest that we need at the line. Constantly, you know, stop and go rest for Bron and AD. Just kind of sit there and watch somebody shoot free throws. It does help the overall, I think, fatigue management while keeping players on the floor to play the minutes necessary. So when you have more fast-paced go, and less fouls being called, less stoppage of play, it probably makes you more tired in the end. So that's what I want to say. I think he provides a great deal of help in that area. And it's kind of an unsung thing for us. So, yeah, man, not a bad look for him, man. Not great for efficiency night, but he did have a good shooting night in the previous one against Sacramento 2 nights ago. So overall, I'd say that was a good Sacramento trip for Austin Reeves. And Gabe Vincent, too. Got to give Gabe Vincent all the credit for finding his 3-ball and, of course, contributing defensively, getting steals. I think it was really helpful for our team. The way that he's been playing these last couple games, I think he's been as good as anybody off of that bench, really. With him finding his way, D'Lo finding his way, it's contributed to why those W's have come our way. And so I liked what I saw ultimately from both of them in this Sacramento 2-step. Yeah, you know, for the most part, I want to try to give D'Lo a lot more credit since I was really unhappy with how that last play went. But I thought that overall he had a really good Sacramento 2-step himself, shooting the ball very well, being aggressive, getting double-digit points for us in both games. Very helpful. Very, very helpful for the unit. And for him to have been struggling as bad as he had to start this season, it looks like he snapped out of that slump. And he seems to have it going right now. So, you know, even though the last little mistake took place and it was very loud, I don't know that it overshadows all the good that he may have done in both of them games. Definitely not. So that's what I want to give credence to as well. And another player I want to zero in on is Dalton Knecht. Is he still on the team? Based on what it is I'm seeing, I'm not really even sure he's out there. Did he play tonight? I think I saw him on the floor a little bit. Did he attempt a shot? I don't even remember seeing him on the box score. That's how far away from being good he has been as of late. And some of that's on the Rook, but I think some of that's on JJ. We need JJ to look for him to get his attempts, man. There's no real excuse for him not to get his attempts when you consider how talented of a scorer he's already proven himself to be. The Utah game, the Phoenix game, he's had maybe 2 or 3 games where he really broke out and showed us just how lethal of a scorer he can be. His confidence weaning off kind of came into play when he was taken out of the starting lineup about a month ago. And I don't think we've seen him have a really good game scoring the ball since. He's had some good games in other areas, rebounding the ball. He'll contribute in steals or whatever. But as far as him being able to hit shots like he has been doing, it seems like that has fallen off in a very alarming way. And I think that could overall be a problem for us in terms of assessing his ceiling. If this is what we're going to get from him, where some nights he's really good and other nights he's nowhere to be found, that cuts into what it is that ultimately we think he's going to be for us. So, when you don't know a player, he's obviously a rookie, but an older rookie, you expect for him to be a bit more consistent just off the strength of his age, and he's just not providing that. And like I said, some of that's on the coach, some of that's on him. So I need both of them to try to figure that out, man. This is a very important pick for us. We're happy he fell to us at 17, but we can't win if he's going to be an afterthought in the long run. We need him to be a more consistent scorer for our team. So that's really what it is for me, man. I'm a little alarmed at the rookie having his minutes cut the way that it is. I think he had like 10 minutes in the last game. He probably had even less tonight. He's too talented for that, and he's too old of a rookie to have so few minutes and so few touches. So we need him to be better, man. We need that kid to be better. And if he is better, I think it's going to contribute to winning a lot. And mind you, he's one of our better rebounders too at that position, the small forward, shooting guard position. I count on him to rebound the ball about as much as I count on anybody. So I think Max Christie being thrown in, and with the emergence of Cam Reddish playing better and Gabe Vincent playing better, it's probably eating away at his minutes some. But I don't know that we're actually a better team for that. I don't think so. Not in the long run. So it is what it is, man. Happy to have gotten the victory. I would love for it to be a lot more pretty and a lot less to complain about in regards to how this last win was just about an hour ago. But that's really my assessment of things as it pertains to this Sacramento two-step, as I call it, man. I guess I can say well done. We got the wins. That is a lot better than I thought it would be when we looked at it on the schedule. But we're not done with Sac yet. We still got to see them again next Saturday, and they are a much better road team than they are a home team, as already stated. So we need to really be aware of what could potentially be coming our way a week from now, and to continue to take them seriously. And if we do that, then I think we've already proven we can beat this team this season, given the fact that we're 3-0 and have won the season series, for which I'm very pleased with. But we're done with it. We're going up to Sacramento. They got to come to us now. So that's great news, man. And now we get ready for the Detroit Pistons, man. Detroit has a lot of athletes. Asua Thompson is back now. Ron Holland's getting more minutes. He's starting to emerge as one of the better rookies now, as we already knew. Jalen Duren's pretty healthy. I haven't been paying close attention to them, but they have a talented team, and they attack us in some key areas. Now, we weren't using our athletic defensive players as much as we are now, last when we saw them, and they beat us. So I don't think it's going to be as much of a track meet. Now that we have Max Christie playing a bit more, he should be able to kind of help us with some of that athleticism deficiency issues that we had against Detroit last time, which really kind of defined how that game went. But we're really going to have to crash the glass better. If we're going to ever have any success against Duren, we're going to have to offset that with a big rebounding game from Anthony Davis. He's been rebounding great. 15 rebounds tonight, 21 in the last game. He's going to need to rebound the ball in a real serious way against Duren. And, of course, Beef Stew, who's always got a idea about going up against LeBron James for whatever it's worth. So I think he's going to be fired up. He always is, and I think the Detroit Pistons will be fired up with a lot of confidence going into this basketball game. And we do owe them. We owe them a lot. So that's really what I want to say, man. I'm not taking Detroit for granted. I think they have a pretty deep team. They're pretty capable. They got some nice young players. So if we're going to do anything against them, I think we're going to have to crash the glass. Crash the glass and keep our athletes on the floor. And if we have a healthy dose of Max Christie, Cam Reddish, I think we'll be okay. But I don't think the matchup is great. And that's something that we have to prepare ourselves for. I think a lot of people want to call Detroit a bad team. And I guess that's fair, given the fact their record is not great and they were terrible last year. But what they throw at you is stuff that you really don't do great with. And that's hyper-athletic energy players that are very young and a heavy athletic rebounding center that's very strong. So it's like, it doesn't matter if a team is good or bad. If those are the things they're throwing at you, you're going to have trouble. So that's what it really comes down to. We just got to be able to offset what they bring to the table and respect that they do have some key advantages. As a pro club, you got to respect that no matter who the opponent is. So that's what it comes down to. I don't think Detroit is the greatest matchup for us. And we're going to have to play really, really serious basketball to beat them. And if we don't, we're going to lose the season series to the Detroit Pistons this year. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. DDF 44. I thank y'all for watching. Salute to Kobe past 2 minutes ago. I'm out.